Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Monday, April 15th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, Cash App, $ ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. It's Jackie Robinson Day 2024. We got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Seattle Mariners. First pitch will be here in about 11 minutes. Let's cue up the music, the thumb, and get into the starting lineups. Let's get it, baby. All right, here we go. And on the thumb, on the left, Ellie De La Cruz. On the right, Julio Rodriguez. And hopefully both of these players will put on a show in this 3-game set today, tomorrow, and a rubber match early in the afternoon on Wednesday. Let's go first with the visiting Cincinnati Reds. Leading off for the Cincinnati Reds, second baseman Jonathan India. Batting second, playing center field for Cincinnati, Will Benson. Batting third and playing first base, Christian Encarnacion Strand. Batting fourth and batting cleanup, left fielder Spencer Steer. Batting fifth and playing right field, Jake Fraley. Batting sixth and playing shortstop, the phenom Ellie De La Cruz. Batting seventh and playing third base for the Reds, Jaime Candelario. Batting eighth and playing DH tonight, Nick Martini. And batting ninth, catching tonight for the Reds, Tyler Stevenson. And on the mound for the Reds, Frankie Montas. 2-1 record with an ERA of 2.16. This is not going to be easy for the Seattle Mariner fans tonight. I see you. All right, let's get into the Seattle Mariner starting lineup. Leading off for the Mariners, playing shortstop for Seattle, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, JP. We need you. Batting second, playing center field, no fly zone, Julio Rodriguez. Got to get out of the slump. Right hands up. Batting third, playing second base for the Mariners, Jorge Polanco. Batting fourth, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Haniger. Batting fifth and playing first base for Seattle, Ty France. Batting sixth, catching tonight for the Mariners, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting seventh, playing right field tonight, Luke Raley. Batting eighth and making his Mariner debut, playing left field, Jonathan Clase. We're very excited about Jonathan. He can steal a lot of bags. He can fly around, and he's got a good bat. So this is going to be a lift, a spark, almost like a six-man coming off the bench. You know, a lot of the expectations for the Mariners have been underwhelming so far within the first 16 games with a 6-10 record. Maybe a lot of Mariner fans thought we would be 10-6 or maybe 9-8 or something of that nature, close to that 16 to 17 game range. But it is what it is. But I am happy that we are bringing up Jonathan Clase, and hopefully he can go off for maybe a stolen bag. I don't expect any home runs tonight, but hopefully he reaches base safely. A debut for a player in Major League Baseball is always exciting, especially when it's on Jackie Robinson Day. And batting ninth, playing third base for the Mariners, Josh Rojas. And on the mound for the Mariners, George Kirby. And George is underwhelming, but I feel that he can get it, back to where he needs to be from 2023. He's got a 1-2 record with an ERA of 8.16. And if he can just get the win tonight, go a solid 6, not saying that he will, but if he can get that ERA down from 8 to maybe 5, and then continuously try to bring it down to, the 3s or the 4s, then we're going to be in business. But 8.16 ERA with a 1-2 record, that's something that you would expect maybe your 5th guy in the rotation to have, not your number 2 guy or arguably your number 1 guy. But right now we know Logan Gilbert, we can count on him. But other than that, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Bryce Miller, Emerson Hancock, not really. So hopefully George Kirby can have a George type of performance here tonight. Make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Make sure that you are checking off the boxes every single day. Depression, addiction, anxiety. We go through a lot of these things on the daily. So just doing simple things like changing up your diet, getting some fresh air, going for a little bit of extra exercise, making sure you're spending time with your friends, checking up on them, spending time with your cats and dogs if you have them. These little adjustments can help you win the day. All right, let's get into the comments here, and then we will get started. Morningwood in the building. What's good? Megan in the building. Man, second funeral in 2 days, and you got another one. You're going to go for the trifecta. I can only imagine what you're going through, but I do appreciate the love and the support that you always bring to the channel. I appreciate you very, very much. And a great recommendation with the Fallout. Binged it all last night and all this morning and afternoon. Just finished the 8 episodes. Highly recommend. I thought they did a fantastic job with the casting and the story. I'm hooked, and I can't wait for season 2 of Fallout. Let me know what you want to do for photos, like Ichiro. If you got anything specific that you want from the Mariners, the Kraken, or the Hawks, you let me know, and I gotcha. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. $20 holla. 80 to go to hit the goal. Let's go. Appreciate you getting us started off on the right foot before the stream even started. Matt in the building. What's good? How are you, brother? How's that weather in Hawaii? I hope you're doing well. Let them know. We got 80 to go. And shout out to all the people that are watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. And if you do have a Twitter/X account, if you could do me a solid like Megan and Matt do on the regular and help us, like and retweet the live stream. Lauren helps out with that as well. It'll definitely get us more people, not only on the YouTube side, but also on the Twitter/X side. So I appreciate you guys very, very much. Daniel in the building. What's good? Let's go, baby. Roof in the building. What's good? Let's go. I'm excited. Always exciting when we end up having a debut of a Mariner, and it's been rough. Like I said, we expected it to be a little slow and a little rough in April and May, but this is probably the worst start the Mariners have had based off expectations of the fans. Maybe in 20 years. Like I said, in previous years, we were like so, we didn't really have any hopes for playoffs. It just like we wanted to be respected. But, when you go 20 years without making the playoffs, I don't want to say that Mariner fans lose hope on trying to win a World Series, but we kind of know who we are and the identity of the team. And one thing this year I think that is missing is the identity of this team. And we need to be able to, figure out new orders in the batting order, moving guys around, in different positions, different numbers in the batting order. Like for me right now, I still don't understand why we have JP Crawford, Julio, and Polanco 1, 2, 3. If Rojas is the number 1 hitter on the team and he's batting 346, have him lead off. That makes sense, and if you want JP to go to 2, Julio to 3, move Polanco maybe down to 5th or 6th, Haniger at 4, France at 5, Polanco at 6, something like that. If you're just moving guys down a little bit in the order, or even moving Julio, from the 2-hole, maybe to the 1-hole for a game or 2 and see how he does. And if it doesn't work, move him down to the 4-hole or the 5-hole. I don't really understand why Scott Service is being so stubborn with the lineups. When you got 3 guys that are batting all under 200, J.P. Crawford 164, Julio 186, and Jorge Polanco 196, that's not what you want to be able to get the momentum and the Uncle Mo going, especially if you only go through 3 batters to start a game off. So if it was me, I would definitely be sliding some of those guys down in the lineup. And if that means punishing J.P. Crawford and Julio and Polanco for their poor performance, please do. And like I said, if we can end up getting some guys on the top of the lineup, Rojas, Clase, maybe Haniger in France, maybe having those guys batting at the top, and seeing where, these guys can go, moving the lineups around just a little bit and tweaking them could definitely help us tremendously. So, and I know that at some point JP and Julio will turn it around. Gosh, man, I mean, we're already getting close to 20 games in. We need to find a way to get it done. Let's go. One sec here. Getting everything situated. All right. I want to make sure I got the best one going here. Here we go. Got 2 options. Let me see if this one's better. Hold on. All right, baby, let's go. Let's go, baby. Man, I mean, for me, not being, obviously I was a super gamer growing up, but I just, haven't had a chance, doing all the grinding on the channel and everything else and spending time with Paisley. But I was blown away. There was a lot of action, and it sucked you in right away within the first 30 minutes of the first episode. And, when you get about an hour into the first episode, you want to keep binging it because it's that good. There's certain shows out there that take a little time for you to get into it, like Deadwood. That one was like maybe the only show that I've watched, in maybe the last 5 years that took me a little bit longer to get into it. And I know it's a Western, but I just feel it was a little slow, a little bit too much dialogue and not enough action. I don't need to see people, dropping like flies, getting killed left and right. But, I feel with the way that they handled that show compared to like Fallout, I was very, very impressed, and I can't wait for season 2. All right, Kirby with the first pitch right down the middle for a strike on Jackie Robinson Day. Let's go. Yeah, but I loved it, and I can't wait for season 2. And it's so good, and I love the characters and the story so much that particular series, Fallout, could go 5 or 6 or 7 seasons. I guess if the actors and actresses were on board and if they have a good enough storyline to keep it going. But I think that show could be a successful show that lasts, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons if they have the material to make it go that long. I loved it. Top of the first, 0-2 pitch from Kirby, pop back for India. 0-2 count. Jordan in the building. What's good? Reds in the building. My guy, I was hoping that you'd be here for these 3 games. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack, bang, bang, $10 holla, 20 for Megan. Appreciate the 2 of you. We're at 30, 70 to go to hit the goal. Let's go. Yeah, and I did notice some people in the show, like obviously one of the assistants, right, that was in the Ghoul is amazing, right? The Cooper Howard, amazing. I saw how long it took for the makeup, and then the whole nose thing, they had to do it in AI, so it cut down the makeup from like 4 to 5 hours to like an hour and a half. But one of the assistants is Bo from Superstore. So every time I saw him, assisting, and being in the show for about 4 or 5 episodes, I couldn't really get him out of my head besides being Bo in Superstore and being that comedic, funny guy. But I thought they did a great job in casting. Every single person fits the role perfectly. And I can't wait for season 2. And obviously, if there's any updates on it, I can't wait. And I'll go through to look at the rest of the cast to see what I remember them in. But that was the one guy that I was like, oh, I know him. That's Bo from Superstore. So big punch out by Kirby. There we go. India goes down. Let's go. 1 away. Let's go, baby. Jonathan India going down swinging. 1 away. Next up for the Reds, center fielder Will Benson. And Will Benson got sent down a couple days before Jackie Robinson Day last year and was very upset that he wasn't able to participate in the game. And this isn't just, for the black players. This is for players of any race that got much, much love and respect for Jackie Robinson. So this is a really big thing, not only for him, but for not only a lot of the Reds players, but a lot of the Mariner players as well as league-wide. So I know this is going to be an exciting game for Will, and he's going to do everything in his power to get on base multiple times today, at the very least once. And I don't blame him. I would have been crushed too if that was something that I was looking forward to as being a major leaguer. Pitch is low, outside of the zone, 1-2 count. Kirby, let's go, baby. We need you. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through everything, but it was one of those shows that pitches inside, 2-2 count. I knew that it was going to be good. I just had a feeling that it was going to be good, but, I mean, if you watch one episode of that show and you don't want to watch the rest of the 7 after, I mean, I love post-apocalyptic type of shows, end of the world, and I thought they did a very good job with it, with the casting, the story. I didn't really think there was that many cheesy, type of parts in it. I really did enjoy it a lot. Hell, I loved it so much I might rewatch it all over again. That's how much I liked it. And normally I won't do that. Top of the first, 0-0, Reds and the Mariners. And true to form, there it is. He said, I missed Jackie Robinson Day last year, but guess what? I'm not missing it this year. Big single to center by Benson. Of course, if I talk him up, then he's going to step up and have a game. But I had a feeling that he was going to have a good game today. I like being able to read, a lot about, not only the Mariners, but the opponent going in. I like to be able to watch a lot of the pregame shows for both and also any additional information that's on their websites or through their beat writers and podcasts. So a nice little tidbit there, and he gets the Reds started off just like I figured he would. Nice single by Will Benson. Next up for the Reds, Christian Encarnacion Strand. Say that 5 times fast. Let's go. Happy Jackie Robinson Day. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X, as well as watching on YouTube. Love ya, and I appreciate you. We'll get photos for Megan and Jordan once we get into a commercial break, and I'll sprinkle those in for you guys throughout the stream. Love ya. Appreciate ya. Top of the first, runner at first, 1 away. Throw to first is safe. 31 stolen bags for the Reds, leading Major League Baseball. That's awesome. 8 in a 3-game sweep just recently, so... I saw another amazing stat about the Baltimore Orioles, speaking of this Major League Baseball team, that they haven't been swept since Adley Rutschman has been, called up. That was in 2022. I think it's the longest streak out of any team that hasn't got swept by an opponent since then. So it pretty much means that they haven't been swept in, a year and a half, almost 2 years? That's incredible. I wish we could say the same for the Mariners, but we're nowhere near being in the talent level or that type of team like Baltimore is this year and obviously beyond. But we can hope that we can get to that point. 0-2 pitch. Pitch is outside. 1-2 count. Oh, man. The opening episode, the first 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. There was a lot of action. The dialogue was good. It wasn't boring at any point of the show. It was awesome. I get recommendations quite often, but I would say out of Popped Up, by Encarnacion Strand. Get that, baby. Ty France. There we go. 2 away. But out of all the shows, I'm normally the one that does the recommendations, for Shogun on FX, X-Men 97. But obviously you being more of a gamer than me at this point in my life, and then playing Fallout in the past, and, you were all over it, and you watched it and completed the whole series before me. And I'll take your word for it that it was going to be good, and it definitely lived up to the billing. It's probably one of my favorite series that I've watched in the last few years, to be honest. It was that good. Top of the first, 0-0. Next up, you already know who it is. Spencer Steer, cleanup hitter in left field. Takes a strike on 1 count. Let's go, baby. 0-1 pitch from Kirby. Benson going for a steal. And Benson had a great jump right there in scoring position now. And we're not very good at throwing guys out. Once Harry Ford is our starting catcher and Cal ends up being the everyday DH, unless they, want to give Harry Ford a day off or have, a different pitcher-catcher combo. But when Harry Ford comes up, he's going to be much better at throwing guys out from his knees at home. I feel like Cal Raleigh is a good power hitter. He's been struggling so far this year. But once he gets going, he's got the ability to hit 20 to 40 home runs every single year. It just depends on how locked and loaded he can be. But as far as defensively, that's one area that Cal can improve on. And if that means that he has to, not catch as often and being a DH, and that's going to help us out when we bring up Harry Ford, so be it. Pitch is outside, 2-2 count, but that's one part of Cal's game, and I love the guy. I'm not like a Cal Raleigh hater. I love the big dumper, but again, I just need a little bit more consistency in the box, and I know he's going to heat up, in June and beyond. Usually April, May, June is a little slow for him, just like the rest of the team. But again, defensively, I like complete players. Popped up and foul. And I think if I could bring back one player back to the Mariners that we got let go of, last year, obviously Seawald, having him move on hurt a little bit, but we ended up getting, Canzone and Rojas. So I'm okay with that. But again, with Teoscar and Kelenic and Eugenio Suarez, I think that, good vibes only. I think Eugenio is the one that I miss the most, even though Rojas is doing a great job at third base. Popped up. There we go. Leave a runner stranded. One hit for Cincinnati. Let's go to the bottom of the first. But I just like Eugenio Suarez's mentality, his vibes. He was always positive. And I think that, we need that type of positivity, especially when we're struggling. And I wish the best for him playing with Corbin Carroll and the Diamondbacks. And all of those guys ended up going to teams that are better than Seattle. Obviously Eugenio Suarez with Corbin Carroll and the Diamondbacks. Hell, they might end up getting a World Series berth again sometime in the next 5 years, maybe even sooner, right? And then obviously Teoscar going to the Dodgers. You can't ask for a better place than that, besides maybe the Atlanta Braves, and that's where Jared Kelenic went. So, it is what it is, but I think if I could bring back one player out of those 4 or 5 that, we didn't re-sign or trade, I think Eugenio Suarez, not only for his bat, yeah, he did strike out a lot, but the whole team is striking out more this year than last year. So if we're going to be bitching about strikeouts, we're doing it more this year than last year, right? Blanco and Garv haven't really lived up to the, billing so far, but I like two-way players, and Eugenio Suarez is one of the best two-way players the Mariners had at third, and he was one of the top 10 third basemen overall. He might not have been a Nolan Arenado or a Manny Machado Hall of Famer, but I still think Eugenio was damn good. He didn't really give up a whole lot of plays at third base, and you felt comfortable when he was there. Rojas is doing a good job so far as being our leading hitter, him and Ty France, but we need the rest of the lineup to catch up to those guys. Good facts. Let me know what you guys want to do for photos, and I got you. And they got so many players. And then they got Matt Holliday's son, Jackson Holliday, got his first hit. And, you got so many quality players. Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson. They're a really fun team to watch. And it's cool to be able to watch teams that normally aren't very good, and then they end up getting better, just right in front of your very eyes. It's like a child or having a pup or a kitten grow up right in front of you, right? And you can see the growth on those type of things. And it's just awesome to be able to see small market teams succeed. Pitch right down the middle, J.P. Crawford, and on the mound, Frankie Montas. 2-1 record with a 2.16 ERA. We won't forget about him. Come on, JP, we need you, baby. But again, after 10 games, if I had my first 3 guys in the rotation, all batting under 200, and I have Rojas in the 9-hole batting almost 400, why not move Rojas to the 1-hole? Why? Why do we got to disrespect the guy? You actually think that he's the worst player on the team? Having him batting 9th and he's got the highest batting average, you can't reward a guy. Ty's batted anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Started the year 8, moved all the way up to 2, 3, and 4. If you're going to do it for Ty, why aren't you doing it for Rojas? And I think that even if you just moved one guy in the first 3 spots that actually has a good batting average, like maybe Rojas at 1, right? And then maybe France at 2, Haniger at 3, maybe Julio at 4, and then JP at 5. Like, sometimes you got to punish guys if they're not doing well and reward guys that are doing better, right? And I know J.P. Crawford is a leadoff hitter, and Julio normally is going to bat 1, 2, 3, or 4, right? But most of the time recently it's been 1 or 2. But why is that set in stone? Move guys around. Polanco needs to go down in the lineup as well, and they did punish him for a few games and bring him down. And then he ended up batting right-handed and hit a homer and started to get a little bit better. But again, we need to have guys that can actually hit, right? Batting at the top of the order. There we go. JP to first. I like that. All right, I will. He did a fantastic job. The acting in that, the dialogue, the script, and all the futuristic stuff that they got in there. Very, very cool. I was very, very impressed, and I really do appreciate the recommendation. And normally I don't get through a show in a night, or starting it in a night and then the next day, especially if it's 8 episodes, about an hour long each. But that one was way too good for me to wait on. 0-1 pitch to Julio, chop foul. 0-2 count. Come on, Julio. But again, JP, Julio, Polanco, we need to rearrange the starting 3. Let's go, J-Rod. Trident's up. You still haven't hit your first home run in 2024, right? And if you're 16 games in, and this is 17 games out of 162, and you have him batting in the 2-hole the whole time, it's not working. So, move him to leadoff hitter, move him to the 3-hole, the 4-hole, the 5-hole. I don't think Julio will take it as like a disrespect thing. He knows that he's not doing well. And then maybe having him hit behind or in front of a different guy would be better. It would be better for all 3 players, JP, Julio, and Polanco, because them all hitting next to each other and all of them being ass isn't helping us. I'm actually kind of shocked that we have a 6-10 record. We could be much worse than we are right now. Big facts. Bottom of the first, 0-0, Mariners and Reds. First game in a 3-game set. Montas on the mound, Julio in the box. Pitch is outside, 3-2 count. Go, Julio. You don't always got to swing, and we need to be able to figure out, guys getting walks and, guys that get hit by pitches any way possible to get on first base. There we go, Julio. You ask and you shall receive. What is the thing that Julio never does? He never takes walks, right? He's always swinging at wild stuff, within the first couple pitches, and it's nice to be able to see Julio with a walk. Here we go. Now we got guys on first and second. Now this is like how we normally are, when we're a decent team, where JP's getting a single and Julio's getting a single, or you're both getting, walks or whatever it may be. But now we got guys on first and second with no outs. Let's go. Next up, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Let's go, Jorge. It's RBI season. Trident's up. Let's go. Bring that electricity. Montas a little shaken to start off this particular matchup. Yeah, Jordan, highly recommend it, man. Like I said, Shogun on FX, X-Men 97. If you watch the X-Men cartoon in the 90s, highly recommend. And then obviously Fallout. You don't even have to play the video game to enjoy it. I mean, I haven't played the video game, and I've seen people play it. I've heard of it, but I just never have dabbled into it. And even if you don't have any video game experience with Fallout, it's not going to matter. The show is amazing. Very good. Bottom of the first, runners at first and second, 1-0 count for Montas. Let's go, Polanco. Yeah, and I'm hoping, with, the games and everything that, they could probably, Megan would know more, but they probably have enough where if they could get the deal worked out, that this could go for many seasons. I feel like it's very successful, and it's gotten really good scores and good reviews. I haven't heard anyone say that it was bad. Pitch is inside, 3-0 count. We might get another walk here. But, I always try to recommend stuff that, I love as well as others. And, I'm not going to, recommend anything if I haven't watched it myself. I got to be able to, just like in anything that I do, I'm not going to be able to give a proper evaluation unless I'm watching, not just, watching a highlight reel. Pitch in the zone for a strike for Montas. 3-1 count. Oh, baby, Polanco. Back, gone. This is the start that we wanted. Sorry, Jordan. The Mariners have been terrible all season. Didn't think that Montas would get roughed up like this. Wow. Let's go. He crushed it. Oh, baby. 3-0 Mariners. Let's go, baby. Yes. Bring that electricity. Everyone knows that JP and Julio and Polanco have been terrible, all batting under 200. And then now, to be able to step up like that, there we go. That's what we're talking about, baby. I was not expecting that one bit, like I said. And hopefully the Reds' bats will be alive as well. And hopefully it's back and forth, and you guys have been much better than us. You guys are 9-6. Remember, we're 6-10. So at some point, we got to have a little bit of good luck fall our way. So let's go. I mean, it's not often that we get an early lead. Just a couple games ago, we had a 4-0 lead against the Cubs, and it felt weird, because it's been such a long time that we had a lead like that. So let's go. Next up, Mitch Haniga. Mariner Moose, baby. Let's go. All right, let's go, Miach. Bottom of the first, 3-0 Mariners. And we typically don't start off fast. And if we can start off fast, obviously that's a much better chance for us to be able to compete and be in a game at the end. So Maurice the Moose. Let me check real quick. I don't think so. I don't think we do, but if I do, let's see. No, nothing on there yet, but hopefully we will. Well, 3-0 in the first is not ideal. So realistically, if it's like this, there's probably a good chance that Montas will only last 4 innings or less, unless the bats get extremely cold after this, which is possible, right? But again, it's very rare for the Mariners to put up 3 or 4 runs within the first 3 or 4 innings. I think I've only seen it happen like twice all year. So this is not something that we typically do. And Montas has got a good record. It's not like he's a bad pitcher, and hopefully your guys' bats. I want to see L.A. De La Cruz go off, and hopefully we end up getting a quality game. But again, if we end up winning, we still got 2 games after this for you to get revenge. We got tomorrow, and then obviously a rubber match early in the afternoon on Wednesday. So, and I'll do all the games. 3-2 pitch from Montas. Haniger pop foul. 3-2 count. Yeah, I think for us here in the States, a lot of us, we like it because in the 80s and 90s, it was Transformers, G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, right? And obviously you had all the Star Wars toys and everything else that was going on with Star Wars. Then in the 90s, right, if you weren't really into the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like if you were getting a little too old for that, before that, they had X-Men, and then they had Batman, the animated series. So I'm a big cartoon guy, and based off the writing and the animation and just everything, the sound effects, those were the 2 best cartoons in the 90s as far as, overall for a lot of people. There's other cartoons that have come out in that time period, but if we're talking, 1990 to 1999, a lot of people, watched Batman, the animated series, and X-Men. Again, it's not going to be for everyone, but for a lot of us here in the United States, we grew up on that because there wasn't really a lot other than those 2 that to really go out of our way to watch. And besides, watching Saved by the Bell and, the NBA, when they had Jordan and Drexler and Larry Bird and Magic, it was a different time period back then. So. Animaniacs, yeah. I watched that. go, baby. Next up, Ty France. Let's go. So far, so good for the Mariners. And I'm very, very excited to get to see Jonathan Clase. Lots of stolen bags. You know, we brought him up. This is his very first game, in 2024, getting called up to the major leagues. And his stat line's crazy. In 2023, he became the first player in minor league stats began tracked since 1961 with 20-plus homers and 70-plus stolen bases in a season. He had over 70-plus. So the guy has power, and he's a speedster around the bags, and we need that. Big swing and a miss. Come on, Ty. 280 average, 0 homers, 3 ribbies in 2024. Let's go, Ty. Pitch is low in the zone. 1-1 count. Pacers made the playoffs. Nice. Yeah, and obviously Giannis is hurt. So, Dame Dalla and all the Bucks fans, I think they know that they're not winning it this year. And even if you represent the East, there's no guarantee that the Eastern Conference will even be able to hang with the West, especially if Denver is the team there. If the Joker is healthy, I don't know if anyone's going to be able to beat Denver in the playoffs. So we'll wait and find out and see. And you're going to have teams like almost every year. It's typically Boston and Milwaukee and then a few others that are going to try to do some damage in the Eastern Conference. But I feel like winning the Eastern Conference is only a consolation. Once you get to the West, and I'm not saying every West team is better than the Eastern Conference, but if Denver makes it, it's going to be very difficult to beat them in the NBA Finals, in my opinion. But it is possible, I just don't think they have anyone to match up, with the Joker. And the only guy that they did is Giannis, and he's hurt. De La Cruz, double play there. Much needed double play from Ellie. I mean, shit, they got Ellie De La Cruz batting 6. Why not move Julio down to the 6th spot, Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. 3-0 Mariners. An electric start for Seattle. I'm not used to that. That is a good for my mental health. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. The goal for us here will be 20, and if we can get to 20, it'll be 30 likes, and that'll help us with the algorithm a lot. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. It'll help us out tremendously. And we're at 30. Let's get to 100. We got 70 to go. All right, let me see where we're at right now. So we're at 6 right now. We need 4 more people. Got a few more people that just hit the like button. So we're at 8. We need 2 more people to smash the like button, and we'll be at 10, and then we'll be halfway to the goal on that as well. Bottom of the first, 3-0 Seattle. 2 outs, 2-1 count. Montas on the mound, Cal Raleigh in the box. Pitch is low and inside, 3-1 count. Let's go, Cal. Be electric, my guy. And we'll get some photos up here once we get into a commercial break for Jordan and Megan. Cal Raleigh popped up. Out of play. Yeah, I mean, if Denver gets clipped, in the West, then it's up for grabs. Then an Eastern Conference team could definitely, like Boston, win it all. But if Denver's in the finals and it's Denver-Boston, I don't think Boston's got enough, to be able to match up with that team. But we'll see, I think Boston is a good team, but I just don't know if they have, like, the big man presence down low. They don't got anybody to match up with the Joker, so... Like, I feel Boston's missing some pieces. Like, they're good, but they need a deeper bench, and they need a few more guys that can score, and step up. It can't always be Tatum and Brown. They're going to need others. And then they had, like Robert Williams, but then they, traded him to Portland, and then he got hurt right away. So you don't have him. And again, you got Porzingis, you got some of these other guys, but I just feel that The Joker is so difficult to match up against, and even when it's like an all-star game, even some of the big guys have a problem one-on-one with the Joker. So, I feel like Giannis might be the only one that maybe not stop him, but maybe the only guy that can contain him, and vice versa. The Joker can maybe not stop Giannis, but he can contain him maybe better than anyone else in the league. So. Oh, okay. So you guys moved the lineup a little bit. Bottom of the first, 2 outs now at bat. Luke Raley. Go, Luke. One single. Let's go. You got to be kidding me. Everything is working for us today. I have not seen this type of confidence and swagger. I know it's Jackie Robinson Day, and that might have something to do with it, but I haven't seen us so locked and loaded and focused. It's the first inning, and we're on our 8th batter. I don't think I've seen this all year. And making his MLB debut in 2024, left fielder Jonathan Clase. Let's go, Jonathan. Not Jonathan, Jonathan. I mean, if this guy fucking homers, the place is just going to go bananas. And I don't expect him to do that, but... And then at some point, we're going to get Harry Ford getting called up at catcher. So we got a lot of prospects, and Jonathan Clase is the number 10 prospect overall in Major League Baseball. This season in AAA, 311 average, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, 11 ribbies. And again, he's one of the only players in minor league baseball since 1961 to have 20 home runs last year and over 70 stolen bags. That's crazy. That's like Acuna numbers. Wild. I mean, we get crazy when guys get 30-30, 30 home runs, 30 stolen bags, or 40-40, or if you end up getting over 50 stolen bags like Ronald Acuna, but that's like not really common. But 70 stolen bags, over 70, with 20-plus home run power, that's unusual, and I'm here for it. Let's go. Yeah. We had his dad here in Portland, Arvidas. So we already know the Sabonis name and that Sabonis family. We know. Pitch is low in the zone, 1-2 count. Not the most ideal start for Montas and Jordan here. But again, they're battle tested. They're 9-6. And the thing about Cincinnati that should make them not that worried, they have a 6-1 record on the road. So yes, this is a terrible start for Cincinnati, just like it would be for the Mariners if we were down 3-0. But they have the confidence and the skill set and the tools to be able to come back. This isn't their first rodeo either. Clase popped up into right field. And that's out number 3 with 2 stranded. Great first inning for us. 3-0 Mariners. All right, let's get some photos here. Let's see if I can get these queued up here. Commercials don't go they go by kind of quick. Let's see. I was reading an article about Fallout and how the makeup took about 5 hours, for Walton Goggins there. And then they ended up using AI for the nose, so that way that it went down to about like an hour and a half, afterwards and whatnot. So. A lot of the photos aren't big enough to fit throughout the screen, but I'll keep looking, and I'll try to get some more for you once we get to the next commercial break. Braley popped up. Nice catch. There we go. Pop up there for Jake Braley in right field. Next up, one of the most electric players in Major League Baseball, shortstop Ellie De La Cruz. And of course, you know, if I put him on the thumb, it's the real deal Holyfield, right? Oh, I bet. Yes, I totally agree with you. 100%. Amazing character. Pitch in the zone for a strike. 1-1 count. 3-0 Mariners in the top of the second. One away. 1-1 count to Ellie De La Cruz. On the mound, George Kirby. Jordan, do you have any requests for Reds players that you want to see based off your dono? You let me know, and I got you. Pitch is inside. 3-1 count. Come on, George. And George has been struggling. 1-2 record with an 8.16 ERA. And a lot of us feel that, you know, he's the best pitcher on the team, you know, besides Logan Gilbert. But he's been very hot and cold this year. This year, Logan Gilbert has been the best pitcher. Bryce Miller and George Kirby have been either hit or miss, really, really good or really, really bad. Luis Castillo has been terrible, and Emerson Hancock hasn't been very good either. He's been kind of hit or miss as well. We're waiting for Brian Wu to come back. So out of the 5 pitchers that we have, we really only have one that we can count on, and that's Logan Gilbert. 3-2 pitch to De La Cruz. Chopped. Right to J.P. Crawford to Ty Fran. There we go, 2 away. And hopefully we'll see De La Cruz, you know, get a couple hits or a homer at some point in this game. You know, if you're not familiar with the Reds, that'll be like the one guy that I think a lot of fans of Major League Baseball have heard of. You know, unless you've been living under a rock within the last couple years, but definitely came out with a nice spark last year, and it's must-see TV when he's out there. Next up for the Reds, first baseman, Jaime Candelario. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Lauren for helping out on the Twitter/X. I appreciate that. As well as on the share. I appreciate that as well. Pitch is outside. 2-1 count. Got 54 people watching. I appreciate y'all. And we hit 10. Now we need 10 more. 11. We need 9 more to get to 20. Oh, Candelario! Back, gone! There you go, Jordan. There you go. 415 feet to center. Probably not the person that you expected to hit the homer. You assumed it would be Ellie De La Cruz. No. It is Jaime Candelario. Wow, he crushed that. Oh, no question. 416 feet gone. There you go. Remember, Cincinnati, 6-1 record on the road. Second home run of the season for Candelario, 7 ribbies so far in 2024. Exit velocity, 105.3. Woo! Wow. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not going to be a hater. You know, we make sure that we call this right down the middle. Nice job. Next up for Cincinnati, DHing Nick Martini. Martini fucked up the Seattle Mariners last year, I remember, so hopefully we don't give up back-to-back homers here. Candyman can. All right, we're at 11. 9 more likes to get to 20. We got 20 people in the room there, and then another like 30 plus watching on Twitter/X. 53 in the room. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. The Candyman can. Crushed it. You know, but that happens sometimes. You know, it's like we're all expecting Julio and L.A. De La Cruz to go yard, and then it ends up being guys that we didn't think that would. You know, Jorge Polanco and Jaime Candelario. But that's baseball for you. That's what makes it exciting. Top of the second, 3-1 Mariners. Got him. Here we go, George. Nice K there, but the damage was done. 3-1 Mariners. And I'm glad that you guys ended up getting on the board, so it wasn't like, 6 innings of nothing, and then, you get kind of depressed a little bit, like, when are you going to get some runs and hits? Because that's kind of how the Mariners operate, where it's like when we don't get anything going early, sometimes we got to wait like 7 innings, to at least get something, and then by that time you're playing catch-up, and it's too little, too late, unless you have a monster 8th inning, 9th inning, or extra innings, like a big 10th inning, and then you end up winning. But I'm glad that you guys ended up getting at least something. So now the game, we're engaging in each other, and it's exciting. Obviously, it would have been better for y'all if you would have gotten 2 or 3 runs, but still, you can't complain with a big home run bomb from Candelario. I like it. All right, next up for the Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners this inning, third baseman, batting a Mariner high 346 this season in 2024, Josh Rojas. Batting second, playing shortstop, a run and a base on ball, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Try dance up. And batting third, 0 for 0 with a run and a base on ball, Julio Rodriguez. Try dance up, baby. We still need your first home run of 2024. Let's go, Julio. Looking for a new show to watch. Fallout on Prime. It is amazing. See if I can squeeze in one more photo here. First pitch from Montas to Rojas for a strike. It definitely gives you that futuristic vibe. Spencer Steer was the National League Player of the Week. Nice. You got any, you want Johnny Bench? You want like Pete Rose? You got a specific player that you want besides Spencer Steer, or do you want Spencer Steer photos? Jordan. Bottom of the second, 3-1 Mariners. Montas on the mound, almost at 50 pitches already. 2-1 pitch to Rojas. Rojas pops up. 1 away. Next up, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Get your swagger back, baby. Let's go. Bottom of the second, 3-1 Mariners. Pitches outside, 1-0 count. T60 Brotherhood of Steel. Power armor. It's a badass suit. I feel like the attack scenes, in the show and the battles are awesome. Like the way that they, lined everything up. Whoever directed that did a fantastic job. Pitches low and in the dirt. 2-1 count. All right, I'll get you a few once we get here. I'm gonna delete some of these other photos, make some more room for you. Two-one pitch. Popped up, foul. 2-2 count. Bottom of the second, 3-1 Mariners, 2-2 pitch. Wow, that pitch was high, called strike 3 on J.P. Crawford. Montas, I see you. J.P. can't believe it, but a little high in the zone. It was borderline. It was a little high, but I guess if he's going to call that the same way on the Mariners side as well. And he tried to frame that hit, afterwards, but I think that was a ball, but it is what it is. Montas with a K. Pitches inside to Julio. 1-0 count. Let's go, Julio. Let's go, J-Rod. Trident's up, baby. Let's go. Julio pops one foul. 1-1 count. One pitch. Chop towards third. Throw to first. Got him. Come on, where is this Julio Rodriguez? Where's the Tridents up, baby? End of the inning, 3-1 Mariners. All right, see if we can get some photos up here for Gordon. Get a few more for Megan once I squeeze some of these in. See if we can get some Pete Rose in here. And this isn't him in a Reds uniform, but since it's just right there, it's such a cool photo, I figured we'll throw this one in here too since it's right there. Okay, baby. I see you, Pete. Charlie Hustle. All right, come on, Kirby. Top of the third, 3-1 Mariners. Stevenson, one away. That was like a Julio at bat. First pitch, it's swinging at it, no matter what it is. Next up for the Cincinnati Reds, second baseman Jonathan India. Oh, man. I mean, Angel Hernandez has been terrible for 10 plus years, and it seems like every year he's getting worse and worse and worse. And I hear about fans and people on social media complaining, why don't they get rid of him? They can't. MLBPA, the Players Association, almost like a union. So you would, hope that he gets disciplined, or suspended, or they just have someone else, call games, but it's not like they have, hundreds of backup umpires ready to go, to go and call a game on the professional level. But he is by far the worst ump that Major League Baseball has seen probably in the last 30 years. Balls are strikes, strikes are balls. And then if you get on his shit list, it doesn't matter what the pitch is, you're out. That's pretty much how it comes down to. If he's got a grudge against you, you're not getting a hit. And, or he's going to make it as difficult as possible for you to get on base, which is not supposed to be the case. But I imagine it does happen with umps. If you get a player that's always talking shit, to the ump, and the umps here, they're not deaf, so the umps probably have their favorite players or players that they like and players that they hate. So yeah, I would assume they're going to have to wait until he passes away before he ends up being in the Hall of Fame, if he gets in the Hall of Fame. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Next up, 1-for-1, center fielder Will Benson. Didn't get a chance to play in Jackie Robinson Day last year because he got sent down to AAA, but he's playing today. Got a hit already in the first inning. Let's see if he can end up going 2 for 2. We got 20 on the YouTube side, 42 on the Twitter side, and we got 12 people that have smashed the like button. Now 13. We need 7 more on the YouTube side, and then hopefully on the Twitter side they'll link it at some point, so that way that it'll help the stream grow. But if you are watching, throw your boy a solid and smash the like button, so that way we can get at least somewhere between the 20 and 30 range. It'll definitely help us with the algorithm and getting more people here in the room. 1-1 pitch popped up. And make sure you're monitoring that, Matt, throughout the stream, so that way we know how many more we need to get to 20. I think right now we need like 7 or 8 more. 60 people watching. 60 people in the room. 3-1 Mariners, top of the third. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Kirby baited Benson. Got him. First 1-2-3 inning for George Kirby. Nice job, George. Go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Mariners, 1-for-1 with a run, 3 RBIs with a big 3-run jack. Second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Do it again. Batting second, everyone's favorite Miach, 0-for-0 with a base on ball. DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Haniga. And batting third, 0-for-1, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, baby. Bring that electricity. Let's get it. See if I can get some more photos up here for the two of you. Great show. If you haven't watched it on Prime, you should. Unfortunately, some of them aren't letting me format. I've been clicking on a bunch of them, but some let me format, some don't. But I'll keep trying. All right, come on, Polanco. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Mariners. Polanco crushes it, foul. Wow, second deck, too. Let's go, Jorge. Everything about that show is perfect, and I feel like the female lead, she's cute, but she has some grittiness to her, so she doesn't look like a model. I feel that they casted the right person, for that particular role. She's cute, but she's not, like she doesn't have like this glamorous, it's going to be gritty. You're out there in survival and post-apocalyptic type of world. So I feel that they did a good job there, and every single person kind of hit all of the elements that you would want, based off characters, and then you'll end up seeing people in the show that you recognize from other shows, like Bo from Superstore. Ella Purnell, Walton Goggins, Aaron Clifton Moten, Kyle McClanahan, Michael Emerson, Johnny Pemberton. Johnny Pemberton, that's, Bo. He's been in a lot of things for a long, long time. Fantastic cast. Hopefully it goes for like many, many seasons. There we go. Polanco with a walk. Next up for the Mariners, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Haniga. Go, Mitch. Miach. Haniger. Back. Come on. Everybody's favorite, Miach. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. We've been waiting on this, baby. Let's go. Bring in that electricity, baby. Let's go. Perfect timing for Danny to come in. Brewers and Pirates both lost. Come on, Reds. Let's take advantage of it. How about a homer by Mitch Haniga instead? I'll take that, baby. 5-1 Mariners. Let's go, Mitch. Let's go, baby. Montas. And what did I say? I figured with that 3 runs that he gave up that he wouldn't last 4 innings, and he gets pulled in the bottom of the 3rd. Rough start for Montas. And it's like Frankie isn't a bad pitcher. We just got on him early and often, and obviously too many pitches thrown. 2-1 record with a 2.16 ERA going into the game. He leaves the game. 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 1 K. One of the worst performances for Frankie so far in 2024, but we'll take it. 5-1 Mariners. This is I'm not used to the Mariners getting runs like this. There we go. But again, it'll probably be one of those things where we win this game, and then maybe the opposite, like when we played the Cubs, we ended up winning, and then the next game, then the Reds got us back. We won 4-2. Then the Cubs won the second game 4-1. So it might be something like that. And then obviously we ended up losing that 3rd game. So, we'll see. We got 3 games, and we'll see how it goes. But so far, the Mariners are locked and loaded. Let's go. All my Mariner buddies are like, how the hell are we scoring runs? And the magic number for the Mariners every single game, in the last 3 years, and if you go back and check the receipts, 7 to 10 hits, 5 runs or more. When the Mariners hit 5 runs or 7 to 10 hits, we win 90 to 95% of the games. When we don't get 5 runs and we don't get 7 to 10 hits, we lose 90 to 95% of the game. So it's a 5-1 lead. It's not over yet. 5 runs off 3 hits, which is crazy. But and we're not a very good home run hitting team either, which is weird that we did this off Montas. I was not expecting this, but again, we'll take it. Let's go. I still have faith that Cincinnati will, have a few runs before the game is over. They're not going to end the game with one run, guaranteed. Nick Martinez is in now. Next up for the Mariners, Ty France. I got a good Nick Martinez photo for you. We're not going to not put photos up with him. Let's go. Popped up. One away. India with the grab. I see you, Jonathan. Good defense there. See if Nick Martinez can do a little bit better of a job than Frankie Montas. Next up for the Mariners, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Let's go. Megan with a 50. She's supporting as usual, always and forever. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. Hey, how about a little cactus stack? Our favorite Miach, and it's Mitch Haniga, baby. Let's go. Appreciate you very, very much. Let's go, baby. Before the home run, after the home run. Before the dono, after the dono. I appreciate you very, very much. Let's go. Haniga. Appreciate you very, very much. Let me know what else that you want besides Fallout stuff, and I'll be able to get that for you. No problem. Appreciate you very, very much. We're at 80, 100 to go, or 80, 20 to go to get to the goal. Stefan and Hack got you. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Popped up. 2 away. Nice catch by Steer. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder Luke Braley. Appreciate you, Megan, very, very much. Fouled off, 0-2 count. Let's go, Luke. Pitch is high, 1-2 count. Big swing and a miss. Got him. "5-1 Mariners." End of the third inning. Let's go to the top of the fourth. Let's cue up some photos for Megan. Appreciate you. We'll get some more for Jordan as well. Yeah, we'll get you some Tom as well. And Carcion Strand all the way back to the left field wall. He's hustling for 2. Sliding into safe and second base. Okay, Christian, I see you. Nice leadoff double for Cincinnati to start off the top of the 4th. 5-1 Mariners. Christian Encarnacion Strand. No problem. I got some more. I tried to go as fast as I could. Some stuff I have saved and other stuff I have to kind of, pick through, live while we're, grinding it out and whatnot. So I'll get some more for you. I appreciate you very much. We'll get some more Tom Blythe, Billy the Kid. We'll get some more. Top of the 4th, 5-1 Mariners. Shout out to Megan and Jordan for holding it down. I appreciate the two of you very, very much. Next up for the Cincinnati Reds, left fielder Spencer Steer. 0-1 pitch to Steer. Dribbler. Keeping the runner at second. Got him. Good defense there by the Mariners. Next up for the Cincinnati Reds, right fielder Jake Fraley. And we need 8 more to get to 20. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Pitch is inside. 1-0 count to Fraley. George Kirby on pitch number 54. 3.1 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 4 Ks. Much better for George than we've seen in the previous few starts out of our guy, George Kirby. Let's go. Keep it going, George. Pitch in the top of the zone for a strike, 1-1 count. The electric, George. You're much better than a 1-2 record with a 8.16 ERA. I mean, I get it. If that ends up being like Luis Castillo or Brian Wu or Emerson Hancock, fine, or Bryce Miller. But, man, this is probably the guy that's got the highest ceiling, besides Logan Gilbert and Bryce Miller. Wow, what a fair ball towards third. And Carcion Strand, safe. There we go. 5-2 Reds. Rally Reds are never out of it. Wow, that was awesome. I mean, obviously, I don't want so many big plays to happen to us where we lose, but I want it to be a competitive matchup. And nice base running by Encarnacion Strand. And then that little blooper there by Fraley going over Josh Rojas's head. And then he decides to dig it out for 2 instead of being content for a single, which may lead to another run scored because now you got the shortstop phenom, L.A. De La Cruz. All right, Cincinnati, I see you. That makes Jordan happy. Popped up. 2 away. Not the ideal at-bat that you want from L.A. De La Cruz. I mean, of course, if you're at the game, trying to get an L.A. De La Cruz foul ball would be a priority. I know it would be for me. If I was at the game, I would be trying to get a foul ball from him or obviously one of the Mariner players for sure. Next up for the Cincinnati Reds, third baseman, Jeimer Candelario. Candelario homered to center 415 feet in the top of the second to get them to 3-1 at that point of the matchup. Top of the 4th, 2 outs, 5-2 Mariners. Takes the strike on the corner. 0-1 count. Let him know, Bubba. Appreciate you. We had 80, 20 to go to hit the goal. We got 71 people in the room. Appreciate all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as watching on YouTube. Throw to second, safe. Top of the 4th, 5-2 Mariners. Runner at second, 2 outs, 0-2 count. and it's been an entertaining game. I feel with the Chicago Cubs series, I don't want to say it was boring, because Mariners ended up getting some runs, in that particular series. But game 1 was good for us. Game 2 and 3 weren't. But I feel that hopefully all 3 games that will end up battling it, back and forth, and hopefully for both teams, we can get to that 4 to 5 run mark each. If not higher. So Megan's like, I want to make sure we're going to hit the goal. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. If we could have just more people like Megan and Jordan, stacks on stacks, racks on racks, with the little cactus jack, bang, bang, $20 holla. Appreciate you. More photos incoming your way. Oh, he went off the bag and he got him. He was safe, went off the bag, and then Rojas tagged him out. Wow. He can't believe it. Are they going to do a replay? I don't think the Reds are challenging. He was safe, then he fell backwards, and then his foot went off the bag. Damn. That is tough. Tough. I think they would have gotten another run there. Obviously him being at third, it felt like the momentum was in your favor there. That is a tough out. All right, we had a hundo. Let's get to 2. All right, sprinkle in some more photos here. Finish up where we were with Megan, and then we can scoop in a couple for Jordan along the way as well. It's a photo party, baby. It's good for the mental health. Good old Tom Blythe, Billy the Kid. Have not watched this particular series, but this one will be in the queue at some point as well. I'm all about good television and good entertainment, especially something to watch after I'm done grinding, doing the whole sport thing. So let's go cycle through these one more time, and then I will delete some of these, and we'll go and make room for more. And we'll get some for Jordan for the Reds, and we'll get some more stuff for Megan, whatever she wants. Bottom of the 4th inning, 5-2 Mariners. All right, next up for the Mariners, making his debut in the major league, left fielder Jonathan Clase. And then we obviously had an injury last night to Dominic Canzone, where he hit the wall very hard and sprained his AC joint. Dominic Canzone is on the 10-day IL. Brian Wu, Colin Snyder, Sam Haggerty, as well as Cody Bolton, still all on the IL. And it looks like Canzone and Haggerty will be the first ones to come back. We would assume, but we'll have to wait and find out. Ground ball foul. Let's go, Clase. Jonathan. Not Jonathan. 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 Clase. Over 20 homers and over 70 stolen bags in AAA last year. And, there hasn't really been a player that's done anything like that since 1961. So since they've been keeping track of minor league records, pretty impressive. Popped up. 3 Reds going for it. Ellie De La Cruz with a catch. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, Jordan. Are you kidding me? Wow, that could have been disastrous. We had 2 guys, crash into each other. Tyler O'Neill earlier today, right? And they had to go out with an injury. You had 3 Reds collapsing on this baseball. Communication is key, not only in relationships, but also on the baseball field. Ellie De La Cruz is walking with a little bit of a limp, but my goodness, what a catch. 1 away for the Cincinnati Reds. That was awesome. I mean, I might be a Mariner fan, but that was a hell of a play. I'm not going to hate on a great play from the opposing team. Wow. Yeah, I can't wait for Ham Swaggerty to come back too. We need that juice, and that energy. He's a good base runner as well, and he's a pretty good hitter. So, and we've been having a lot of struggles with hitting. So, yeah, I'm really excited I know Reflect is as well. We are definitely ready for Ham Swaggerty. What a sliding catch by De La Cruz. Six more to get to 20. We're at 14. Shout out to Jordan and Megan for being the MVPs today with the Dono train. You guys are amazing, and I love you. Bottom of the fourth, 5-2 Mariners. 1 out, 1-2 count to Josh Rojas. Let's go, Josh. Number 1 hitter on the Mariners in the 9-hole. Move him up in the lineup, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Josh. Yeah, Ellie De La Cruz's arm is so good, you almost would feel like he's a outfielder, like a center fielder, like a Julio, because he has a really, really strong arm and he's super athletic and he's got some good height to him. So it's like kind of unusual to have a player with that type of skill set and that type of power and height to be a shortstop, but I like it. Throw to first, 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. When you think of shortstop, you think of guys like J.P. Crawford and his size and weight and frame, not necessarily Ellie De La Cruz, but that's what makes him exciting because he's so tall and so athletic and so much bigger than other shortstops in Major League Baseball. Big facts. Let's go, J.P. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. Nice cutter there by Martinez. Bottom of the fourth, 5-2 Mariners. 0 for 1 with a walk in the first and a run from my boy JP. Trident's up, baby. Smashes it foul towards the third baseline. 0-2 count, behind in the count. Martinez, I see you. Let's make sure we give Martinez the proper love as well. I haven't forgot about you, baby. Pitch is high, good eye, 1-2 count. I appreciate that. I mean, even if you can't donate, I know you're going to be over there with the 12s and whatnot, but if you get bored or it gets kind of toxic or whatever happens, you're always welcome to come through and stop by or hang out for a whole stream, whatever your schedule entails. But I'll be doing the NFL draft day 1 and probably day 2. Probably won't do day 3. But I guess it just depends on what we got going on with the Mariners and that time schedule and who we're playing. Ken Griffey Jr. bobblehead day, baby. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. I'm jealous. I need that bobblehead, baby. End of the fourth inning, 5-2 Mariners. Yeah, and that's not even a joke. Lots of coffee for you, for sure. I'm excited to see what you guys do in the draft, too. Delete some of these, make some more room. Next up for the Reds, due up here in the top of the 5th. Leading off 1 for 1 with a run in the RBI, third baseman with a dinger, Jaime Candelario. Batting second, 0 for 1, DHing for Cincinnati, Nick Martini. And batting third, catching for the Reds, Tyler Stevenson. See if I can squeeze in a Johnny Bench photo or Chris Sabo or Rob Dibble. See what we can get here. Got to make sure we're representing Jordan out there as well. Popped up by Candelario, one away. Nice. Class A with the catch. Let's see if I can squeeze one black and white photo in here real quick. Oh, that one won't format for me, but I'll find one that will. Chop foul. Top of the fifth, 5-2 Mariners. Kirby on the mound. Nick Martini in the box. One away, 1-1 count. Oh, there we go. A little vintage Johnny. Martini popped up to Julio. 2 away. Next up for the Reds, catcher Tyler Stevenson. Pop foul, 0-2 count. 0 for 1 tonight for Tyler Stevenson. Top of the fifth, 5-2 Seattle. 2 outs, 0-2 count to Stevenson. Let's go, Kirby. BJ in the building, what's good? Chop foul, count still 0-2. All right, no problem. I'll get some more photos for you when you're ready, when you come back. Yeah, I could totally understand why. You want to make sure you're picking up the right type of player. Popped off himself, foul, 1-2 count. Go, George. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is inside. 2-2 count. Kirby, 4.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 4 Ks. And the walks was a big statistic. We want to make sure that he's locked in. And he's much better here today than in his previous 3 starts where he was 1-2 with an ERA of 8.16. Normally, he's 2-1 or 3-0 with an ERA of 3 or lower. So, obviously, we've had struggles on pitching and hitting and defense and our bullpen. Like, everything has been a struggle so far for the Mariners in 2024. Got him! Shep in the building. What's good? I was about to message you tomorrow morning if I didn't hear from you today. You know, I know you've been really busy, but, you know, I always get concerned for some of the main, pieces on the channel and whatnot if I haven't heard from you. So glad to see you that you're in the room, my guy. I know you hopped in late in one of my other streams, but it was like right when the stream was ending. But I love you. I appreciate you. I know that you've been overworked, underappreciated. And if there's anything that I can do on my end to help you out, you can message me anytime. You obviously got my information and whatnot through, the different ways that we communicate and whatnot. And if you ever need anything, I got you, my guy. Next up for the Mariners in the bottom of the fifth, leading off 0 for 1 with a run and a base on ball, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, baby. Batting second, 1 for 1 with 2 runs, a 3 RBI base on ball day. Second baseman Jorge Polanco. He went yard. Do it again. And batting third, 1 for 1 with a run, 2 RBIs and a base on ball. Another home run hitter for the Mariners today, Mitch Haniger, everyone's favorite, Miach. Let's go. 5-2 Mariners. Tridents up. Mariner Moose. And in honor of Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. being on the Mariners and the Reds, a few throwback photos. 1990, when they ended up going back-to-back. Father-son combo, baby. Love me some Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. Swag. And make sure you're taking care of your mental health. Exercise, change your diet. Make sure that you're spending time with some pets and animals if you got them. Making those slight adjustments can definitely benefit your mental health from depression, anxiety, addiction, or all of the above. And make sure you're doing what you need to do to win the day. He said Corona and Jack Daniels. What's the score of the Braves and the Stros, my guy? Man, I don't even know what it's like to drink Corona or Jack Daniels anymore. My diet has completely changed. My alcohol consumption has changed. I mean, I used to drink, 6-7 beers a stream, or do those big Modelo cheladas. The tall boys do 2 or 3 of those a stream. And, but again, to go from 270 pounds to 190, it's a drastic difference. And, I'm exercising an hour and a half a day, every day, 7 days a week, out there in the elements with Paisley. And, again, I feel that, once you change your environment, if you are around toxic people, things get much better, and you start to realize how much better your life is when you're not around those type of people. Sometimes we end up having relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend type situations where it just, it's just not a fit. And I've been much, much better, man. Like I said, I've been sticking to my diet. Now, I never really had an alcohol problem, and people go through a lot of addictions through many things, pills and alcohol, drugs and all that. And, it's tough to be able to climb out of that, but it's also equally as tough. Big swing and a miss, Julio strikes out, but it's also equally as hard to get out of depression and anxiety. Those are things that, are very difficult. So I always try to make sure that people know that I am an advocate for not only dogs and cats and what they can do for your mental health, but also being an advocate for mental health and making sure that we're going over this 3-4 times a stream, at least once an hour, so that way people understand that, even though I might be a streamer, and they look up to me and they see me on YouTube and they see the grind and the hard work. But again, at the end of the day, I'm still the same person online, offline, and, I go through the struggles and I go through the pain, and I luckily haven't had that many battles with depression and anxiety lately, but I've also put my position myself to win. So but my diet has changed for the better. The alcohol consumption has been cut back. And I feel great. This is the best that I've felt, and I feel the best that I've looked probably in 20 years. So going all the way back to my high school years, and early college, type of years and that time period, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. My weight is about the weight that I was back then. And, it still was like crazy to me that I was able to lose that much weight. It took a while though. Like I said, it didn't happen overnight. It took about a year to drop about 90 pounds, but I did it. I'm doing pretty good. I'm worried about you though. I had another buddy, Marcos, who's a big Mariner, Timbers fan, a big Seahawk fan, and he actually messaged on Facebook and he made a post about it, saying that I'm like one of the only people that like checks up on him and like how much he appreciated that. And that's pretty cool to have someone not only message you that, but to do it like on a post, so all of the friends and the family can see and whatnot. Because, I definitely like to be able to check up on people, and it's not everyone's role to check up on people. I feel it's, not every individual is meant to do that. But if I know that I can, do little things like that and make a difference, and that's all that matters. Bottom of the fifth, 5-2 Mariners. Haniger, little dribbler to Ellie De La Cruz, got him. End of the fifth inning, 5-2 Mariners. Let's see what we can get up here for Jordan. Good old Charlie Hustle, a little Pete Rose action for you. I got to get an action shot of Charlie Hustle. Oh, this is a good one. Good old Pete Rose. He's like, I'll knock you over. I don't care who you are. Wow, look at the uniforms and the clothes and the stands. That's when you know something's vintage and old school. Love it. All right, we're in the top of the sixth, 5-2 Mariners, leading off for the Reds. Second baseman, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, Jonathan India. Batting second, center fielder, Will Benson. And batting third this inning, first baseman, Christian Encarnacion Brand. Let's go. Stand up in the building. What's good? Good to see you. Glad to see you come back, my guy. Let's go, George. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. I'm going to take a peek to see what we got going on right now. All right, we're at 16. We need 4 more people to smash the like button if you haven't done it yet. So if you just came in the room, please do. Obviously, Shep, stand up. We're at 17 now. We need 3 more to like the stream, and we'll get to the goal of 20. And if we hit 20, then we can get to 30. We got 64 people in the room through Twitter /X and YouTube. PJ, he's a Mariners going to win. Well, so far, so good. Not over yet, though. What's good, my guy? How was your day? Hopefully you had a good one. Top of the 6th, 5-2 Mariners. India in the box. George Kirby on the mound. Happy Jackie Robinson Day. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 5 Ks. Great game for George Kirby so far. With all things considered, George Kirby 1-2 record with an ERA of 8.16. Like, Kirby's been bad this year. Castillo has been terrible. Bryce Miller has been hit or miss. Emerson Hancock has been bad. And the only player that's been good for us pitching-wise has been Logan Gilbert. So I'm hoping to add George Kirby and Miller to the list. So that way we can have 3 good pitchers. Luis Castillo might be a lost cause, but if we can get Brian Wu to come back, that'll replace Emerson Hancock. But I want to have at least 3 good pitchers out of 5, not just 1. So. We had a hundo. Let's get to 2. You boys got a lot of bills. Paisley's dog food's going to be running out pretty soon. That alone costs like $82. A lot of money for food, but she's my world, so you got to do what you got to do. Extra grind, baby. Braves beat the Stros 6-1. Nice. Stros have been struggling. If there's been a team that has struggled just as bad as the Mariners or worse, it may be Houston, based off expectations. 0-2 count. Well, that's something that we got in common, PJ. I've been a Mariner fan since 85, baby. Got him! Back-to-back case. George? Nice job, George. Mariner Moose comes out for that. We like it. We like it, baby. Nice job, Kirby. Next up, the Christian Encarnacion Strand. Got to have that pronunciation. Enunciation. One of the harder baseball names to say over and over and over again. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 count. Yeah, I knew he would be. Kelenic has been good for you. Teoscar has been great for the Dodgers. Eugenio Suarez has been great for the Diamondbacks. So it's like all the guys that we got rid of have been pretty damn good in their new homes. I'm happy for you. We haven't really gotten everything that we wanted out of Polanco and Garver, but Polanco has stepped up, in the last few games to get a few home runs. So I think Mariner fans are starting to settle down about him. Julio is still behind the 8 ball, hasn't had his first home run of 2024 just yet, and probably the biggest disappointment so far, besides, the batting averages of the team overall around 200. We were bitching and moaning when we were at 220, 230 as a team last year. But I would say Mitch Garver as the DH has been, I don't want to say necessarily a mistake, but it hasn't lived up to the billing. And we're hoping that, and wishing that maybe we had Mike Ford back. Encarnacion Strand with a double. I see you, Christian. Next up for the Reds, left fielder Spencer Steer. Yeah, I was going to say we haven't really had to talk. We haven't had a chance to talk about Braves and injuries, but it's not just him. I mean, it's a good chunk of Major League Baseball and star players. They want to say it's diet, pitch clock, genetics, routine. There's a number of factors. Most people want to blame the pitch clock, and the different type of routine, obviously losing big time pitchers. And unfortunate that you ended up losing Strider, but that's not going to be the last guy that's going to have Tommy John or elbow inflammation or shoulder inflammation in their right arm or left arm between now and the end of the season. We're still going to lose, another, 30, 40 players that are significant in MLB before it's all said and done this season, as far as pitchers are concerned. Double doubles, I know. Just high on Steer. See if Spencer can get an RBI knock. Pop up and a ground out for Steer. Left fielder in the cleanup position. 1-0 pitch from Kirby. Check swing. There we go. For a strike. 1-1 count. Anything new that's been going on in your life, Chef? I mean, besides working and grinding it out and sleep schedule being fucked up and Julio, there we go. Nice catch. No fly zone, baby. Nice job, Julio. Good defense. Nice job, Julio. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Mariners in the bottom of the 6th. 0-2. First baseman, Ty France. Batting second this inning, 0-for-1 with a base on ball. Big dumper, catcher, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, 1-for-2 with a K, right fielder, Luke Raley. Raleigh and Raley. Let's go. And everyone, make sure you're taking care of your mental health. Check off the boxes so that way you can win the day. Exercise, get air, change your diet. You know, get away from those toxic ass people. They suck all the good energy out of you, man. You got to make sure you're hanging around people that are positive, like us here. Big facts. Ele de la Cruz on the left, Julio Rodriguez on the right, baby. Game 1 in a 3-game set, and I'll be doing all 3. My goal is to do almost every game of the Mariners this season. I don't think we've really missed a game so far, and I don't know how many I'm going to end up doing, but I'm shooting for, if we have 162 games, I'm going to shoot for like 150, you know, because that's obviously going to be a priority, you know, for the channel. But if we have things like the NFL draft, then obviously we're going to be doing the NFL draft, you know, day 1 and day 2, but we're going to be pumping in more streams than any other person, you know, on Twitch or YouTube. That's a big fact. $71 people in the room. What's good? Yeah. Well, that's good to hear, man. And like I said, if you ever need someone to, you know, just to, you know, complain, you know, about things and whatnot, there we go. Ty down to the left field wall, down that third baseline. Run, run, run. There we go. Stand up double for Ty France. You know, but if you got to get shit off your chest instead of just holding it in, you can always message me. Like I said, I'm up really late and I spend time with Paisley and I'm always watching film and reading and whatnot. So if you need someone to talk to, you know, I'm always here. And I get, you know, how hard it is for dudes to be able to like, you know, talk about how things are going. You know, it's not a natural thing for most guys. Most guys just kind of bottle it up, stick it down, you know, into the gut and just try to forget about it. But eventually, when you do that too much, eventually you'll end up having something that happens to you that's not that serious. And then you blow up probably at the wrong person, right? And then it ends up causing a scene where it could have been prevented. There we go. Luke Raley, baby. Luke with a bloop single. Now we got runners on the corner. Raleigh. Raley. And now, Clase, baby. Let's go, Jonathan, making his MLB debut. Let's get an RBI, baby. Bottom of the 6th, 5-2 Mariners. Martinez, 41 pitches in. Nice cutter there, 1-0 count. See where we're at. 2 more people to smash the like button. We got almost 20 there on that side and about 50 plus on the Twitter/X side. One more person and then we get the goal and we're at 20. So if you're in the room and you haven't smashed the like button, please do, so that way we can get to 20 and then we can try to hit 30. Bottom of the 6, 5-2 Mariners. Rayleigh popped up. Lauren in the building. What's good? Next up, making his MLB 2024 debut, left fielder Jonathan Clase. Since 1961, since they started doing statistics for minor league baseball, one of the only players of all time to have 20-plus home runs and 70-plus stolen bags in a season. Who is this guy? Ronald Acuna? My goodness, let's go. And Dominic Canzone ran into the wall last night and got hurt, so that's why we brought up Jonathan Clase. And hopefully Harry Ford, nice souvenir for that man off that foul ball. And hopefully we get Harry Ford to join him sooner than later. Lauren's like, yeah, I live streamed it, Chef. Yeah, I did day 1 and day 2. Yeah, it was awesome. We usually do every WWE stream. The only one that we weren't able to do this year is the Australia one, because then it would have been like 3 in the morning here for me. But other than that, we will always do a WWE pay-per-view live stream watch party every month. And obviously WrestleMania was 2 days, and it was awesome. There we go. Clase. Single to left. France scored. Raleigh to second. He gets his first hit and his first RBI of his major league career. Give him that baseball, baby. Yes. Already making an impact right out of the gates. Yes. Let's go. Maybe the best thing the Mariners have done so far this season, calling up Jonathan Clase. Let's go. Hell yeah. Next up, third baseman Josh Rojas. 6-2 Mariners. Yeah, baby. Bringing that electricity to the lineup, baby. Top 10 prospect in Major League Baseball. Oh yeah, WWE is king, man. I'm a big AEW guy, and I watch everything: Impact, ROH, NJPW, but primarily WWE and AEW. And AEW they were king during COVID, and WWE with Vince was shitty, right? But since COVID has ended, AEW has been struggling because a lot of their big time stars are injured or not wrestling. So if you want to compete with WWE with everything they're doing, with Roman and the Bloodline and, with all the different people that they got going, right? It's like you need Kenny Omega wrestling every week. You need the Young Bucks. You need everyone, like everybody healthy on that roster. Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. And if you don't have everyone healthy, then the matchups, for the matches end up being like a star versus some like jobber. And how many people are going to go out of their way to watch AEW if the card on Dynamite or Collision or whatever kind of looks ass? It's like you're going to probably do Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So, hopefully AEW gets a little bit better, but they're definitely behind the 8 ball. And WWE has been awesome, for the last maybe, year and a half. It's been money. Yeah, well, Ripley got hurt on Raw last week, so she's going to have to drop the belt, and then obviously once she gets healthy, hopefully she'll have another run at it. Yeah, with Triple H in charge, it's not a bunch of big guys, If Vince was in charge, it would be like Omos in the main event, against like Roman Reigns or something. Like he likes, the big guys that are unathletic. But, this isn't the 80s or 90s anymore where it's all about, big guys. I get it if it's like a big guy like The Undertaker or Drew McIntyre or Kane, but again, not every big guy is created equal. Kevin Nash, the big guys that we had back then, were legends, like Kane and Undertaker, Kevin Nash. But now, like, the only big guy that's good, in my opinion, is Drew McIntyre. A lot of the big guys can't talk or they can't wrestle. So the guys that are a little bit shorter, that are more maybe intercontinental size, like Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, those are the guys that are, fucking really, really entertaining. But not only those guys, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Jimmy and Jay, whoever your allegiance falls towards, WWE is killing it right now. Bottom of the sixth, 6-2 Marinez, runners at first and second, 2 outs, 1-0 pitch to JP, dribbler towards first, got him, leaves 2 stranded, but Clase gets his first hit, first RBI, get him that baseball, baby. Ellie De La Cruz just came over, gave him a handshake and a little dap. Good sportsmanship there. Let's go. Marinez. Hundo, let's get to 2. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Let's see if we hit the 20 mark on the likes. Let me take a peek. Did we get there? Nope, we got 2 more to go. 1 more to go. We're at 19. Next up for the Reds in the top of the 7th inning. Leading off for Cincinnati, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Right fielder, Jake Fraley. Batting second this inning, 0 for 2. Shortstop phenom, Ellie De La Cruz. Love him. He's awesome. And batting third baseman, Jaimer Candelario. And he went yard earlier today. Can he do it again? We will find out. And hopefully, for not only Reds fans' sake, but also for just baseball fans' sake, and even me being a Mariner fan and an Ellie fan, I hope he ends up going yard or, at least getting like a single or a double, something. I want him to get at least a hit or 2. I want the Mariners to win, don't get me wrong. But again, I want to see the star players on the opposing team do some amazing things. So as long as that amazing thing doesn't, make the Mariners lose at the end of the game. Big facts. Rock versus Roman. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, we'll see how everything ends up playing out, when we get further along. So, I mean, you could do Rock and Roman for a match. You could do Rock versus Cody, at some point if you want to go that route. I mean, he's old and he's a lot slower than he was. But, I mean, again, to be one of the guys that's the most in shape individuals on planet Earth, he didn't look that bad. He didn't look that bad in WrestleMania. Oh, back. Gone. There we go. Jake Fraley. Doing damage early and often. Bye-bye. 6-3 Mariners. First home run of the season, 4 RBIs, distance 354 feet, exit velocity 101.9. Woo! There we go, Jordan. Next up, shortstop Ellie De La Cruz. Can they go back-to-back? Back-to-back. And speaking of back-to-back, all kinds of rap beef, huh? Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, Rick Ross, all of them. Metro Boomin, all of them. Everyone trying to take aim at Drake, huh? Is that how it's going? And then J. Cole and Kendrick. At least it makes them, relevant. Depending on, you always can get, new mixtape, new disses, new music that will come out based on whoever they think is number one. It just kind of depends on what you like, I guess. But it's undeniable. Drake is talented. J. Cole is talented. Kendrick Lamar is talented. But I guess it just kind of depends on where you live and who you connect with the most. De La Cruz fouled it off Cal Raleigh's nutsack as he goes down. Trying to turn Ellie De La Cruz, trying to turn Cal Raleigh into 2 nuts to 1 nut. I don't want him to turn into Lance Armstrong. All right? I need his nuts. Both of them. Damn it. Yes, you are, Jordan. I told you, I knew it wasn't going to be over. The Reds will rally. I already knew going in. Like I hoped and dreamed that we would put up 5 runs or more, but I was bracing myself, for a 2 to 4 run kind of game for the Mariners. I was hoping it was going to be good, but with Cincinnati and with the pitching woes the Mariners have had, it's going to be pretty easy for most teams to get the 5 on us. Well, at least it has been up to this point until our pitchers start rolling. So we got Gabe's fire in now, and Gabe just got fucking rocked. And Gabe has actually been okay, but we're still waiting for Matt Brash. We haven't had Brash all year, and that's normally our mid reliever guy. Throw to first, got him. L.A. De La Cruz is fast as shit, but wasn't able to get to first. Very close though. What speed by L.A. 1 away. Next up, third baseman Jaime Candelario. He went yard earlier. He got 3 home runs by the Cincinnati Reds. Candelario homered, Fraley, they have 2 homers. Candelario homered to center to make it 3-1, and then Fraley just homered. Polanco homered, Haniger homered. Crazy. So we got 4 home runs so far. Unusual. Yeah, I like it with Tamatanga and Fatu as well. It's cool to be able to see more of the family members popped up. 2 away. Clase, I see you. It also depends with Rock's schedule with like TVs and, his, tequila and all the branding shit he's doing, all the other shows, I don't know if they're still filming Young Rock, and all that. So, The Rock is a busy fucking guy, and whatnot. So it's not like you're going to be able to have The Rock be a full-time wrestler ever again. He'll pop up here and there a little bit before a pay-per-view, a little bit after, and then he'll be gone for a while, and then he'll make maybe 1 or 2 appearances a year, so we'll see. But besides The Rock, all others, yeah, we'll see how it all kind of plays out. It'll definitely be exciting. And again, I feel that WWE has been amazing since Triple H took over, like 100%. And even if Vince had a little bit of pull, even though they said that he didn't, popped up, back, going foul, thank God. But you can definitely tell, like, the vibe and the energy, it's at an all-time high for WWE. And it's good if you're a wrestling fan. It gives you something to look forward to watching other than, baseball, NHL, or NASCAR, or the NBA, since we are transitioning into the NBA playoffs too. Pitches outside, 2-2 count. Yeah, you like those? The Instagram videos? Yeah. He can still cut a promo. You got to remember, anyone that grew up in the 80s and 90s, you got Rock and Stone Cold both in your top 5 for most people. Got him. There we go. Let's go to the middle of the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th. Leading off for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a run, a base on ball, in a K. Trident's up, hasn't hit a home run in 2024. You're supposed to be a top 10 player. Stop pressing so hard. Just relax. Maybe we need to put you lower in the batting order so that way you can relax a little bit. Julio Rodriguez. And I know you can play good defense. You made some great defensive plays this year, but if we want to be able to make the playoffs as a wild card team, catch up to Texas and hopefully hold off Houston, the Astros, you're going to have to start stepping up, my guy. Let's go, Julio. We need you, man. Batting second, 1 for 2, 2 runs. Second baseman, Jorge Polanco. He went yard today. Great to see. And he's a switch hitter. He can go right or left, just like Clase. And batting third, DH, Mitch Haniger. Miach. He also had a home run today. Let's go, Miach. Everyone's favorite Miach. Let's go, baby. Julio's been terrible. He hasn't hit a home run all year. Again, the first three guys in the lineup were all batting under 200. As a team, we were batting about 200, 205. So the only players that have really been doing good for us, Haniger, Ty France, and Josh Rojas in the 9-hole. Other than that, those are the only three. But Polanco has started to get hot as of late, which is good. So, but remember, last year we only had one good player in the first 60 games, Jared Kelenic. So. All right, we're 2 likes away from 20. Let's get there. 72 people in the room. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Love you and appreciate you. Bottom of the 7th, 6-3, Mariners. 1-0 count fouled off by Julio. Go, J-Rod. We need you, baby. Julio popped up. Jam job right in between 3 Reds players. There we go. It wasn't a home run, but we'll take it. There we go, Julio. Yes, sir. Anything positive for Julio? Hit by a pitch, a walk, just getting on base. Of course we want the home runs, but they'll come. Nice job, Julio. Next up, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Jorge Polanco ended up going yard earlier in the game in the bottom of the first. Right center, 376 feet. He hit a homer right-handed against the Cubs a few days ago and went yard left-handed. I love switch hitters, especially if they can hit for power. Lauren, are you going? Are you going to go? No, that's surprising. Sometimes being a superstar player, a lot of pressure, especially if you're a guy like Acuna or like Julio, who are normally considered top 10 players. And obviously Acuna last year, you could say top 2, top 3. It's like you always are going to hear Aaron Judge when he's healthy. Shohei Ohtani, regardless if he can pitch or not, he'll be up there. Mookie's been fantastic this year. Freddie is normally a top 10 player for the Dodgers. So, and the Braves got a lot of talent, and I'm happy that Kelenic is doing good for you. I knew he would. Less pressure, and you're going to a better roster. So same thing with Eugenio Suarez on the Diamondbacks and Teoscar on the Dodgers. Throw to second base, safe. Julio with a stolen bag. Awesome. Take pictures. Nine and 6 record for the Reds. 6-1 on the road. Mariners 6-10, 4-6 at home. We got to be much better at home. But it's Ken Griffey Jr. bobblehead night today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So that definitely will give some extra juice. And let's say you bought a $100 ticket. That Ken Griffey Jr. bobble is easily going to sell for $50 to $100 if you put it online. So spend $100 on a ticket, get a $100 bobblehead. You pretty much are going to the game for free if you sell it. So, or if you're a collector like me, you're definitely hanging on to it. And they got 2 versions of it. A white one that's got the wall and he's robbing the home run, and then they have a teal one. I'm going to have to get both probably on eBay, from fans that went to this game that just don't give a shit about the baubles. So that way I can add those to my collection. Still waiting for the Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. dual bauble that they were supposed to do during COVID, but it got scrapped because of COVID. So hopefully that will be something that they will release at some point in the future. I had tickets for that game too. But I'm not going to be able to go to too many Mariner games this season, but I'll try to go to usually 1 to 3 a season. But I got tickets for July 4th against the Orioles. Obviously, I got to check out Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson and Jackson Holiday and everyone that they got, Corbin Burns. So Wow. Almost hit Haniger in the face. Boo! Happy Jackie Robinson Day. But I'll get to see a little bit of fireworks. I'll try to get a foul ball, either for me or for my buddy. My buddy has gone to, I don't know how many games, like over 100 games between the Dodgers and Mariners when he used to live in LA, and he's never gotten a ball. And I've been to like 7, 8 games, and I've gotten 3. So he knows that I'm the Honey Badger, but I would love to try to get him a ball this time around. So that way he can have a piece of memorabilia that he can have on his dresser. Unless best case scenario, I get 2 baseballs. It would be sweet to, end up getting another Julio, but like an Adley Rutschman ball would be dope. Maybe try to get that for myself, and then maybe try to get a JP or a Julio or something for him. 3-1 pitch. Chop foul. Oh, it's fair. Go, go, go. Let's go. Boom. 7-3 Mariners. Yes, sir. Bring that electricity, baby. Nice job, Haniger. Almost getting hit in the face. I love it. Everyone's favorite, Miach. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. Telling you, when the Mariners get to 5 runs or more, 7 to 10 hits, we win 90 to 95% of the time. But when we don't get 5 runs and 7 to 10 hits, we lose 90 to 95% of the time. And it feels like we're going to win here tonight. But don't be surprised if the Reds come out with a fury in game number 2 and 3. Tomorrow's game will be at 6:30, and then on Wednesday it'll be early at like noon or 1. So that noon or 1 start, that one has me a little worried. And tomorrow we'll see if the bats light up for Ellie De La Cruz and company. But it's not over yet. Bottom of the 7th, 7-3 Mariners. But we normally don't get runs and hits like this, so it's kind of nice to see. Not good for Jordan because he's a Reds fan, but for all the Mariner fans in the building, obviously this is good for us. Hasn't been really a fun year to watch Mariner baseball so far with a 6-10 record, 4-6 at home. That's shitty. Supposed to have a top 5 pitching staff, supposed to have all these great players, got rid of a bunch of guys that I missed, popped up, tagging up. Sack fly RBI, baby, France. Polanco scored. Let's go. 8-3 Mariners in the bottom of the 7th. Let's go. This is one of the best performances for the Mariners in 2024. Next up, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh. And if George Kirby was pitching like he did in his first 3 starts, then the game would probably be tied right now, like 8-8 or 8-7. So that is a big reason, why that we're doing as well as we are. The pitching was a little bit better than expected today. Cal pops it foul, 0-2 count. Oh, Kirby's out. Gabe Spire came in and gave up a big home run, but he's out. George Kirby's line, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 0 walks, 6 Ks. And his ERA was pretty high when he was going into the game. His record was 1-2 with an 8.16 ERA. And I told y'all at the beginning of the game, I was hoping that his ERA would go down to 5 or 6. And then the next start, maybe 4 or 5. And you can get it down to the 3s. It's now down to 6.64. Back. Caught, 2 away. Cal Raleigh all the way to the wall. It's all good, Cal. Next up, right fielder Luke Raley. Let's go, Luke. I am your father. Baja. Let's go, Luke. Go, Raley. One for 3 and a K. Let's go, Luke. We don't expect anything from Luke ever. So if Luke actually gets something, you know that the Mariners are having a good game. Now, baseball, how it works is once a pitcher goes out, his night is done. He's not going to be able to come back in. It doesn't work like that. So you have your starting pitcher, and once they pull him, oh, diving attempt by the Reds, miss. 9-3 Mariners. Let's go. Triple. Ridley with a triple, baby. Let's go. Luke. Wow. A triple for Luke. I am your Faja. Nice job, Luke. Next up, making his Major League Baseball debut, left fielder Jonathan Clase. One of the only players in minor league baseball to have 20-plus homers and 70-plus stolen bases in 2023. They've been keeping track of stats since 1961, and he's one of the only people to ever do that in minor league history. He's the number 10 prospect, a top 10 prospect overall in Major League Baseball. So out of all the guys that are in AAA, he's ranked like number 9, number 10. So, of course, there's other guys that are ranked higher, but to be ranked, number 9, number 10, coming in, that's amazing. So hopefully that he'll play well and he can stay up with the Mariners for the rest of this year and beyond. And hopefully we can bring up Harry Ford, and then we can move Garv to the bench, and then we can have Cal Raleigh be the everyday DH. I think that's the route that we're going to go at some point. Appreciate you. One-two pitch, big swing and a miss, foul tip. Got him. Damn it. Let him know. Let's get to 20 on the likes. We're so close. We need one more. If someone hasn't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Someone just did. Thank you. We hit 20. Let's try to get to 25. And if we have a little jump in viewership, maybe we can get to 30. But let's shoot for 25. We're at 20. Thank you to all the people that did that. That'll help us in the algorithm. We got 70 people in the room right now. 7-0. Appreciate y'all. Let's go, Mariners. 9-3 Mariners? What is this? Shocking. Next up for the Mariners the Cincinnati Reds in the top of the 8th, 0 for 2 with a K. Catcher, Tyler Stevenson. Batting second this inning, second baseman, Jonathan India. And batting third, center fielder, Will Benson. Oh, congratulations. Well, we just went on an offensive flurry while you were busy. Now the score is 9-3 Mariners. So it looks like we're going to end up winning this game, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I imagine the Reds are going to be, obviously very motivated to get payback on us, just like the Cubs did to us. We won game 1 against the Cubs. Cubs won game 2 and 3, and hopefully we can find a way to match this production or get close tomorrow. Tomorrow's pitching matchup is our best pitcher, Logan Gilbert, going against Hunter Green. So I like our chances there. And then the game that we might lose will be on Wednesday, and that's the rubber game, and that's going to be at 1:10. We usually don't play very good in the early afternoon, and that's going to be Abbott versus Bryce Miller. I like that matchup as well. So let's go. Stevenson popped up. Clase, good defense there out of Clase as well. He can play defense. He's got power hitting, and he's a lightning fast on the bags to steal bases. That's awesome. Love it. One away. Next up, second baseman Jonathan India. 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Let's see if Jonathan can get his first hit against the Mariners. And we got Miller in now, so we went from Kirby to Spire to Miller. Tyson Miller. Come on, Tyson. And we're still waiting for our best mid-reliever pitcher, and Matt Brash. We haven't had him all year. And normally a guy like that can pitch the 6th, the 7th, the 8th if needed. And then obviously we have Munoz as our closer, our main, but we've been kind of experimenting with a couple guys, right? And then we don't have Seawald anymore because we traded him to the Diamondbacks and we got Rojas and Canzone out of it. So popped up to Rayleigh, 2 away. Next up, center fielder, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks, Will Benson. Yeah, I do every game, so I'll be live tomorrow for you as well. If you follow me on Twitter/X or on Instagram, I can send you a link. So that way, if you live there and they black out the game, I have a link where you can end up watching, whether it be a Mariner link or a Cincinnati Red link, and then you can end up watching the matchups. And this is for anything: Major League Baseball, NBA, NFL, college football. So if you are wanting to watch the game, and that's one thing that can get definitely frustrating. Depending on your provider, whether it's Dish, DirecTV, or Comcast, or whatever you might have in that particular area. But I do have a link for you, that one guy, if you would like it. And then you can use that for like the rest of your life. And it covers all sports. So it does come in handy, let me tell you. I actually have 2 that I use. I got Comcast in the living room and whatnot, but I got 2 that I kind of use, my primary, and then I got a backup just in case the primary one ends up being a little wonky. So, Jacob in the building, what's good? I think the NBA is kind of shitty. I think the NBA is kind of shitty, honestly, but I think the playoffs, it'll be a little bit better. But as far as like sports is concerned, I'm not sure how much NHL playoffs and any NBA playoffs I'm going to do. I'll be doing a little, but I don't know how much. Obviously I'm going to be primarily focusing on the NFL draft, the Mariners, but once we do go to the postseason, I may, do some. It's just, I don't know, man. The NBA isn't what it used to be, so. But I can't put it here, that one guy here, so you would have to go to Twitter/X and follow me at Northwest Sports Fanatics, NW space Sports Fanatics, or at Orion, ORION_NWSF, or you can follow me on Instagram, as you can see there on the bottom of the screen. If you follow me on the Twitter or the Instagram, send me a direct message, and then I can send you a link if you would like to be able to watch the game. But I would assume at some point, I might not be doing every round, but, maybe, Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals, maybe the NBA Finals, and obviously Stanley Cup, depending on what we got in the schedule. But, I do a little bit of everything, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, college basketball, college football, AEW, WWE, boxing, UFC. Anybody else watch UFC 300? Man, that was one of the best knockouts I have ever seen. To be able to point to the middle, right, and then point again, and then just to go at it and to get the knockout with 1 second left, man, incredible. Love me some UFC. And even though boxing isn't what it used to be, still pretty entertaining. Not sure about the whole Logan, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Mike Tyson jump off, but, it is what it is. We had a hundo. Let's get to 2. We got 72 people watching. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. We got 20 likes. Let's try to get to 25 or 30. And I will be live tomorrow, and I will be live on Wednesday. I do this full time, so I'm pretty much going to try to do every game of the Mariners. And if I can't, I'm going to try to do like 150 out of the 162. The only time I'm going to end up missing a Mariner game is, if they're like the NFL draft, day 1, day 2, something like big. But if it's not that, then, pretty much going to be Mariners is the priority unless there's something bigger, Bottom of the 8th, 9-3 Mariners. And if you guys are looking for new shows to watch after the stream, Fallout on Amazon Prime, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. X-Men 97 on Disney Plus, taking after the cartoon that came out in the 90s, 10 out of 10. And Shogun on FX, 10 out of 10. So if you're looking to watch a new show, I would definitely recommend those three. One is post-apocalyptic type of, based off the video game and Fallout. Obviously, X-Men based off the cartoon in the 90s with X-Men 97. And then Shogun, an original kind of content show based off a lot of the war and the battles and the power in Osaka, Japan in the 1600s. Uh-oh, back. Off the wall! Fraley crashes into the wall. Rojas with a double. Let's go. Hopefully Fraley is okay. Nice job, Rojas. Rojas batting .333 for the season, number 1 on the Mariners, and he's in the 9 hole. Scott Service, wake up. Rojas is better than being in the 9 hole. Almost a homer there. Dexter, yeah, Dexter's fantastic. Fantastic. That's actually one of my favorites of all time. I just rewatched it, and then they have the spin-off, or the one that came out after he had the cancer, and then they did the little spin-off for like one season of like the 10 or 12 episodes, the second Dexter, right? So I ended up watching that, and then I rewatched Dexter, the original, the first 7, 8 seasons or whatever, and I just finished it about a month ago. I did that with Game of Thrones, Dexter, Grimm. I always try to find shows that, I've watched them before, but sometimes it's just good to go back. And I'm just about to wrap up True Blood again for like the 6th time. So I think I got like 1 episode or 2 episodes left of True Blood. And I just finished Deadwood also. So got those 3 seasons out of the way. Now I'm doing Sons of Anarchy since I stayed up almost all night last night and then this morning and afternoon, and I finished Fallout. And I definitely would recommend it. It's very, very good. Even if you haven't played the video game, highly recommend. It doesn't matter if you played the video game or not. It's amazing. Oh, the Trinity Killer is the best one in the show. Out of all the killers, John Lithgow, he plays that role so fucking well. But, I mean, the other ones are good. The other ones are good. But Ice Truck Killer, obviously, to start it off, and Trinity is the best. But, I would recommend going through the whole thing. I can't start a show without finishing it. I have to finish it. And then at some point, maybe I'll do Breaking Bad, maybe Better Call Saul, even though I've gone through those before. Shameless, maybe start that over again. Ooh, Thunderstorm. Take cover. Julio popped up. 2 away. 9-3 Mariners. Next up for Seattle, 1 for 2. 3 runs, 3 RBIs, 2 base on balls. Second baseman Jorge Polanco. He went yard earlier today. Can you do it again? Let's go, Polanco. Yeah, you got to watch it from the beginning. I just finished Game of Thrones maybe 2 months ago, and I rewatched that. I've done Game of Thrones from beginning to end probably 3-4 times. And then also they have the spinoff, The House of Dragons, and then they have a new season coming out for that. So once you finish Game of Thrones, The House of Dragon, I would recommend doing that too. A little bit of violence, a little bit of nudity, a little bit of everything, a little bit of power, a little bit of corruption. You get a little bit of everything in Game of Thrones. A little bit of Khaleesi. Fourth episode, season 1. Yeah, it's one of those things. Once you start, you won't be able to stop. It gets better and better and better. Sansa, Arya, the Stark family. Yeah, it's good, man. Bottom of the 8th, 9-3 Mariners. Runner at third, 2 outs, 1-2 pitch from Farmer. Pitch is high, 2-2 count. Bottom of the eighth, runner at third, 9-3 Mariners, 2 outs, 2-2 count on Jorge Polanco. Got him. Nice change up there by Farmer. End of the eighth inning. Last opportunity for the Cincinnati Reds. And again, 7-10 hits, 5 runs. If the Mariners hit that number, we're going to win 90 to 95% of the time. And we're at 9 runs, 10 hits, like the maximum amount that you could possibly get unless we get double digits. But at this point, since we're up, we're not going to have a chance to go into the bottom of the ninth unless Cincinnati ends up getting 6 runs this inning, which won't happen. They might be able to get something, but I don't think they're going to end up getting 6. That would be a complete meltdown. And at this point, I would assume that you're going to bring in Saucedo or Munoz, but they'll probably save Munoz for tomorrow. So I think Saucedo is going to come in, and hopefully he doesn't fuck it up. Let's see who Cincinnati has up here in desperation mode. All right, the last 3 batters for Cincinnati. 0 for 3, left fielder Spencer Steer. Batting second in this inning, right fielder Jake Fraley. And batting third, phenom shortstop Ellie De La Cruz. That's cool that we get De La Cruz at bat at least one more time. Let's go. I love it, love it, love it. I mean, I know you loved it, and then you have some familiarity with the video game and whatnot. But I wasn't going to judge it based off if I played it or not. It's like I played Resident Evil, but that doesn't mean necessarily all the Resident Evil stuff that came out was going to be as good as the video game memories that I had. But I kind of had a feeling that Fallout was going to be good. But I didn't know it was going to be like amazing, where I have an attachment to all the characters and there's like full-blown action in every episode, and that it's so good with the character development. It's not slow at all. It's up-tempo and fast-paced, and the special effects are awesome, and I feel that like it's so good that I would rewatch it again. And normally when I watch a show, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll watch it again a couple months from now. It's so good, I might rewatch it again in a couple days. I loved it. If I had to give it a score out of 1 out of 10, it's a 10. It's very, very good. X-Men 97 is a 10 if you're into that, on the cartoon side like me. And Shogun is a 10 out of 10 as well. And there's parts in Shogun there's going to be a lot of dialogue. So there are a couple episodes in Shogun that to some people will be a little boring, because unless you're seeing someone get their head chopped off, or getting, shanked and whatnot, I get it, but not every episode is going to be seeing someone get shanked or getting their head chopped off or going to war. But I feel that, for the most part, most of the episodes, are going to have some action. But again, there are a couple episodes that are a little slower than I think that some people would like. But obviously you have to have the, closed captioning on, because it's going to have subtitles, because a majority of the characters are talking Japanese, besides one of the guys that comes over in the boat that they capture, that's from like London. So he speaks English and no subtitles for him. And then they also have a Japanese translator who's super cute in the show, and she speaks really good English as well. So, but if you're looking for 1600 Japan and like what it was like, it'll show you lots of power, lots of corruption, and a lot of war, lots of craziness. Pitch outside, 1-2 count. We got Saucedo in. Lauren's favorite player from Toronto Blue Jays, Taylor gang. Not really a big Saucedo guy, but if he can get us out of this, then it's all good. But it's so good that you would assume that that'll go, a minimum 3 seasons, but you would assume, I'm hoping 5, 6, 7 seasons, 8 seasons, because normally when you have a show that's pretty good, you're normally gonna, as long as they have the storyline and the right people that want to be a part of it and everyone's on board, a lot of successful shows will go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, depending on if the actors or actresses are still on board, and then the writing is still good at that point. There we go, 2 away. All right, last up for the Cincinnati Reds, L.A. De La Cruz. Pitch is low, in the dirt, 1-0 count. Taylor Saucedo on the mound. De La Cruz in the box, 9-3 Mariners. One of the best games for the Mariners all season, if not the best. But again, we got our best pitcher tomorrow, Logan Gilbert. So for Jordan, that's probably not what he wants to hear. He would probably want anybody but Logan Gilbert, since that's our number 1. But I imagine Reds will be out for blood tomorrow. But I feel confident that we can get the dub tomorrow with Logan Gilbert. But then after that, then we have Bryce Miller on the rubber matchup on Wednesday. We might lose that one, depending on if we get the good Bryce or the bad Bryce, or if Logan Gilbert gets fucked up tomorrow. I hope not, but we'll see what happens. It should be very competitive tomorrow. Big swing and a miss. Got him. When the Mariners are getting Ks with Saucedo, then we're playing really fucking well. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Final score, Mariners 9, Cincinnati Reds 3. And you know what that means. Dance, boys, dance. Mariners win. Mariners win. Mariners win. Let's go. Hell yeah. GG to Jordan and the Reds fans in the building. And I expect you guys to come out with a lot of fury tomorrow. And I'm hoping Logan Gilbert can end up getting the dub, but hopefully it ends up being a competitive matchup tomorrow. Let's go. Mariner Moose is coming out. Come out to party, my guy. And maybe we'll get Julio's first home run of the season tomorrow. We keep waiting on it. Just wait on it. 70 people that ended up watching this through YouTube and Twitter/X. I love you and appreciate you. We hit the 20 likes. We got to the goal on the likes and the donos because of Megan, number 1, and Jordan, number 2. Appreciate you all very, very much. And I got to eat dinner and take a Paisley on a long walk, but I do want to make sure I can throw out any more photos for Jordan or Megan right here before we go, or Shep or Lauren, if you guys want anything before I go. But I'll probably stay on for, at the very most, I'll stay on for 16 minutes to make it an even 3 hours. So if there's any photos that anyone wants to see, Megan and Jordan will get first dibs because they donated. But then after that, depending on if you want anything, Lauren or Shep, let me know, Matt, and then I'll try to sprinkle some of those in. Take care. Thank you so much for your support. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have even come close to the goal. We would have only gotten to 10. So thank you for being you and stepping up for me. I appreciate you very, very much. Throw up a little Ichiro here for Megan as she's on her way out. Who doesn't love Ichiro? Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Megan, very, very much. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as on YouTube. Love you. Appreciate you. Hunter Green, 0-1 with a 4.86 ERA against Logan Gilbert, 3 starts, 0-0, 2.66 ERA, 3 walks, and a shitload of Ks. Okay, no problem. I'll get you plenty of photos tomorrow. We'll get the fallout. We can get the hack. We can do Billy the Kid with Blythe. We'll go all over that. I appreciate you. It means a lot. I appreciate you more than you know. Shep, anything that you want to see before we go if you're still in the room? And Matt, what do you want? You want Tay-Tay, or you want to go something different? You want Duck players, Jackson Powers, Bo Nix, Troy Franklin? You got something other than Tay-Tay, or is that where you want? I'll stay on here probably for a couple more minutes, and then we'll call it a day. And then we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 6:30 Pacific, Cincinnati Reds, Seattle Mariners, game number 2. Okay, I got you. Sure, let's do that. I got you. Good choices. And we'll throw up a Jackie Robinson one as well, since it is Jackie Robinson Day. That would be something that would probably be fitting, right? So we'll go for another 12 minutes, and then we'll end the stream there. That'll give a chance to get a few photos here for some goats. I got the Atlanta spinning logo, and I'll even hit you with the tomahawk because you're my boy. I got to get you a nice black and white crispy photo. Happy Jackie Robinson Day. Gosh, look at that. I love the old school vibes. You're the only one on planet Earth that wants Tay-Tay photos. And if it was anybody else, I probably wouldn't do it. But you're lucky. Your obsession with Tay-Tay is alarming. But everyone's got favorites. GG, my guy. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully the Reds will end up putting up a little bit more runs and hits. And it was an unusual spark for us here today for the Mariners. All right, you get one more. A lot of the other ones, I mean, it just depends on which ones are going to format and which ones won't. So, especially if we want them to fit the screen. Oh, they're definitely going to show her. You know, as long as her and Travis Kelce are together, they're going to continue to show her because they're going to try to make money off of her and try to get more of the fans of hers. You know, to be cheap fans or whatever, you know, so, you know, it's not going to ever end until they break up. And once they break up, then they won't show her anymore. But as long as they're together, you know, or if they end up getting married or have kids or whatnot, they'll continue to show her on screen. So, you know, I guess now since we're in the off season, it's okay. But again, you know, and I think it would go for any person, you know, like, or if like, you know, if Drake was at the game and they decided to do that, then everyone would be annoyed of seeing Drake on the screen every single game, you know. And so it's not necessarily that she's a female, you know, it would be anybody that they would overly go out of their way and show that's in the music business to try to cross over and to be able to make money and get likes and subs and views and you know, and popularity and trying to make money off someone. So, you know, regardless if it was Drake or Taylor or anybody, I mean, if you're a famous person and you're there, you know, they're going to show as much as they can. So that's why I feel some people are going to be a little irritated about it, you know, and others are going to try to just ignore it. So. Matt needs to get his priorities straight. You got to stop worrying about getting a Taylor lookalike. You need to get your ass a job. So that way you can get a computer, a microphone, a green screen, right? Better internet, right? And then that way you can actually have money and you can start on the grind, right? That's what you need to be focusing on, not some fantasy Tay-Tay lookalike. Okay? You need to get yourself a job, baby. J-O-B, Matt. But we'll see what happens, during the NFL season. But NFL draft is coming up here very shortly, so we'll definitely do coverage of day 1 and day 2. So we'll get into that. But final score, Seattle Mariners 9, Cincinnati Reds 3. Big victory for the Mariners. And I'll be live tomorrow, same place, same time at 6:30 Pacific. Game number 2 for the Reds and the Mariners. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. We had about 60, 70 people overall. 61 now. We had over 70 earlier on. Shout out to Megan and Jordan for stepping up with the donos to make sure that we could hit the goal, not only on the likes, but on the donos as well. Shout out for Matt for doing the lead mod duties and killing it. Yep, great to see you. Glad you came in, even though that I know anxiety and depression and being overworked and tough, but you always got me as a friend. You can always reach out to me on socials if you need to. And I appreciate everyone watching. And I got one question for you. Please don't talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Megan. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Shep. All y'all, I love you, and I'm out. Gang, gang.